Welcome back to Q Times and Coffee. I'm Mackenzie Karnes.
And I'm Tate. On today's show, we'll be talking about U.S. esports and the Slippery Rock University Esports Club.
We'll break down some national esports trends, top games, top players, and later in the segment, we'll have an interview from the SRU Esports Club for you guys.
So grab your coffee and let's get started. The first RLCS 2026 major will be headed to Boston, Massachusetts at Agnes Arena. The two-day tournament will have a $345,000 prize pool. Teams will have the chance to compete in three majors to qualify for the event and will qualify based on the points that they accumulate. The tournament will be organized by Epic Games, which is the publisher of Rocket League. Team ARG won the 2025 championship in Lyon, France, and will look to defend their title again. The wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, has made a challenge to League of Legends player to take on his AI software, Grok 5, in the game. Musk states that he wishes to hold the challenge sometime in 2026 and is already making plans for a level playing field. He says the AI will only be able to see through a monitor the same way a human has vision and will have no more than 20/20 vision. Additionally, the reaction latency and click rate will be no faster than a human can. This is another example of the growing influence of AI in all fields, but especially in the esports field, and it's more than likely to become a staple in the gaming world.
Now on to collegiate esports. Collegiate esports is one of the fastest growing competitive leagues out there. More and more universities run full varsity programs with coaches, training facilities, and scholarship opportunities. We have conferences like NACE, NECC, and CLOL that provide year-round competition opportunities for their players. Many collegiate athletes move straight into professional leagues if they take the opportunities given to them in school. SRU especially is growing with their esports division. They have expanded the division, recruited new players, and built a new esports lounge for players that we'll show you guys later in the segment. Now on to our ad segment. This segment is brought to you by the SGA Bookstore. Your local campus bookstore is home to SRU apparel, tech accessories, and everything you need for your studies and gaming. From trendy SRU spirit wear to headsets and laptop gear, SGA has it all. Visit them at the Smith Student Center or online at sgabookstore.com. Now time for coffee and debate. I personally think that Starbucks on campus is better than Roosters for a few reasons. I would argue that it's easier to pay with your Flex and use the Grubhub app, and you already know what you're ordering and things like that, so it's just easier to order on campus rather than go off campus to Roosters.
I will give it to Roosters and Dunkin' and all the other places on Main Street. I do appreciate the small town kind of coffee atmosphere that they have in there, but I think, as you said, being able to order at Starbucks and having all the options that you have at every other Starbucks around the world, all the Grubhub options, it's really great. So that is my pick as well.
All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show, the debate. Today's question is, should AI be allowed to compete in professional esports tournaments against human players?
I'll start this one off. I don't think that AI should be allowed to compete directly against humans, especially in competitive tournaments. Obviously, it's going to be fine to practice against it like you would for preparing for a test, but when the test comes and when it's time to compete and money's on the line, you should not be allowed to have AI.
And I get that, but at the same time, AI is already being used to improve players' performances, and if the playing field is regulated like Elon Musk says, then same reaction time, same vision, then what's really the difference overall?
I think the difference is going to be consistency. Humans are going to make mistakes in every sport and every facet of life. AI doesn't feel any pressure whatsoever, or it's never going to get nervous. In my opinion, that changes the entire dynamic of competition.
That's definitely a good point, but esports are also all about innovation, in my opinion. So if AI doesn't enter competitions one day, it could push human players to get even better. It could change how teams strategize and train.
I think that's a good point, and I think we're going to see a lot of that in other fields around the world. But I think AI still belongs on the practice server and not the main stage, and esports should stay human-focused.
And that's a fair point. Let's hear what you guys have to say in the live chat. Should AI compete in pro esports or stay behind the scenes? And now it's time for our SRU esports interview.
This past semester, SRU upgraded their esports room. We talked to the president about what the club does and who they compete with.
I'm currently the president of the club right now, so my main duties consist of keeping communication with other clubs and also with the more professional staff in the university. We do a large section of games. We sort of have two different sections. We have like our non-competitive games that people just will play, and then we obviously have our more competitive games that we actually run tournaments in. A couple I could just rattle off are like Apex Legends, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Valorant. Those are most of our competitive games, are not competitive. It's a section, honestly. I mean, the main one I see a lot of the time is, I don't know the full college name, but the abbreviation is CSULB. They usually have 2 or 3 teams in a tournament.
For more information about the club, join the Discord at Slippery Rock Esports. Students interested in joining the esports club can sign up on Core. If interested in playing with the esports team, students will have to pay $5 per semester. This has been Gabrielle Waldroup. Back to you.
Episode of Q Times and Coffee. We covered major national esports news, took a look at collegiate esports, and heard directly from the SRU Esports Club.
Be sure to follow us on social media for more updates and future live shows. And don't forget to grab your gear from the SGA bookstore and your coffee. And don't forget to support the SRU Esports Club.
I'm Calvin Tate.
And I'm Mackenzie Karnes. And we'll see you all next time for Q Times and Coffee. Thanks for watching.